Today, I'll be showing you how to install crown molding the easy way. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is determine our spring angle, which will determine our cut angle for our saw. So the easiest way to do is to get a square, and you're going to take your crown molding and you're going to line it up, make sure it's even along the back side and the bottom, and then look at what your measurements are. In this case, this is the bottom of the crown molding. We got about 3 inches here and about 3 inches there, which means our spring angle is going to be 45. So that's the first thing you want to do to determine your spring angle, so you can determine what cut you're going to use for your saw. And the next step we're going to do to make it easy, we're going to box in the top of our cabinets. So we're going to take some scrap 1x and we're going to box it in all the way around. So we'll come this way, cut here, here, and here. So be careful when doing this. You want to make sure it's right at the edge and flush. If you're going to use a nail gun, make sure you angle your nails in as not to come through the face of your cabinets. Or you can just screw them down, do pre-drill and screw, whichever one you feel comfortable using. So like I said, we're gonna go this route and we're gonna nail these down, or like I said, you can pre-drill and put screws in them, just in case you want to move your crown molding at a later date. So this is what your box on top of your cabinet will look like. And like I said, you want to make sure it's flush. And when you're nailing, make sure you nail in at an angle so you don't shoot a nail through the face of your cabinet. So next step would be to cut our crown molding, and we're going to use a jig to do that. And I'll show you that. So our next step would be to cut our crown molding. So we're going to be using a jig, which is called the Crown King. And as you can see, this is a spacer that determines what spring angle you're using. So if we insert it this way, we'll be using a 52. And if we insert it this way, we'll be doing a 38. And without it, we'll just be doing a 45. So that's what we'll be using. And on the top, you can see it has the top listed. And if you're doing a left cut, it tells you which way your saw blade. If you're doing a right cut, it tells you which way to turn it, and it tells you inside corner and exterior corner. So that's what that stands for. So in our case, our first piece we're going to cut is 12 inch, and it'll be from the left side, and it'll be an exterior or outside corner. So it goes flat against the face. We're going to mark off our 12 inches. And now we know we're doing an exterior cut on the left side. We're going to insert it. And the way you want to make sure it's just flush and pushed up just as you would here, but it goes in the jig the same way it goes on the wall. So that's the way it sits on the wall. This is your bottom. This will go along the ceiling if we were touching the ceiling, but this is your top. So you insert it. And this will be our first outside corner. So that'll go in there, and then we'll match this up with the next one. So this will be the piece that we just cut, and it'll go here, and that's going to give us our 45 here, and we'll just shoot it in there. Then we'll cut this piece and the next piece. So let's get those cut. So we know our cabinets are 12, so we're going to take a measurement. That'll be our right hand cut. So the easiest way, once you got your cuts going and you need an outside cut, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the angle cut first and then measure back to get your 12 and do a straight cut. That way, trying to see the line in the back may be a problem sometimes, but it's easier to cut your angle first and measure back. So we'll cut an exterior cut, outside corner. We're going to measure 12 back from here, 12 back. All our cabinets are 12, so we're going to go ahead and cut them. Usually you want to cut the face of your material, so let's rotate that around. That's another left side exterior corner. So we're going to cut all pieces now. So you just keep repeating that step for as many sides that you have, and that'll make it easy. So as you can see, your 45s are here. That's a perfect cut. So for the face of the cabinet, we know it's going to be 2 outside corners. So we'll go ahead and cut 1 outside corner, and then we'll take it in and mark it. And we got the mark for this one. So that's how you install the crown molding. So we'll come back and fill in everything and touch up paint. But that's the easy way to do it. So now we'll go around, do the same thing for the rest of the cabinets. And in here we'll have an angle that we'll have to cut following that one. And we'll go all the way around. But that's the easy way to install crown molding. So let me know what you think.